Okay, today we're working on Chapter 4, Section 4, which is percent of change. Make sure you write the following part in your notes. In order to calculate the percent of change, you take the amount of change over the original amount. So we are dividing, because remember that a fraction is simply division. The amount of change divided by the original amount. And then the next set of notes should be common sense. It says when a value increases from its original amount, it's the percent of increase, and when a value decreases from its original amount, it's the percent of decrease. So a percent of change can either be a percent of increase or it can be a percent of decrease. So let's take a look at an example, and this should make more sense. It says the price of a sweater decreased from $29.99 to $24.49. Find the percent of change. Well, clearly this is a percent of decrease because the price of the sweater went down. That's why I say that that's common sense. It's just obvious. So now to find the percent of change, we want to take the amount of change divided by the original amount. Well, to figure out the amount of change, all we have to do is subtract these two numbers, because that'll tell us how much the price changed. So $29.99 minus $24.49 is the amount of change, and then the original amount is $29.99 because that's the price that the sweater started at. So then we subtract the numerator, so $29.99 minus $24.49 would be $5.50, and our original amount is still $29.99. And now we just have to use a calculator and divide $5.50 divided by $29.99. And you get about 0.18. That is not the percent of change, because remember, in order to change a decimal to a percent, you need to multiply by 100 in order to change that. So that would be 18%. So we would say that that was an 18% decrease from $29.99 to $24.49. Want to look at one more quickly? That's basically it for today, but one more so you can see if you have a percent of increase. So here it says find the percent of change from 9 meters to 12 meters. So the amount of change would be 12 minus 9. The original amount is 9. Now, let me clarify this for a second, because a lot of people say, well, shouldn't we do 9 minus 12 in the numerator? You don't want to have a negative number. Okay, so you want to do 12 minus 9 to keep it positive. It's just that in the end, you'll use common sense and know that this is a percent of increase because we went from 9 to 12. So you would just take 12 minus 9 and then put your original amount, which is 9, because it started at 9 and it went up to 12. So 12 minus 9 would be 3, and then 3 divided by 9 would be about 0.333 repeated. We would multiply that number by 100, so you'd get about 33.3% increase. And that's it for today, guys. Bye-bye.